mind the scenery, Baz. Point that thing over here, will you?
Hey, Baz, action!
Right, day one of the expedition, as it shall henceforth be known. Simon and Lindsay here, making record... Lose the glasses, Lindsay, make it stupid. Making record of the event to show the chaps at AGM, Association of Off-Roaders. This is the beast.
We are the beasties.
She's all fired up and ready to rock, so without more ado, let's go for it.
Gripped.
Sorted. Let's off-road.
Hey, Baz, better swing round pretty quick on this, because we're going for sonic boom. Let's off-road.
So we're going to introduce project number 3, the Land Rover Discovery 3.9. Right, so this is the interior of the Discovery. It's not too bad. I've seen worse. I've bought a few little bits for it in here. Things like the original toolkit I've bought, the roof spars. I bought some Land Rover rubber mats, the genuine ones, although they were second hand because they're quite expensive new. I've also bought these gaiters, have been replaced because they all went manky and kind of flaky. I've also got some new mounts for the roller cover at the back because they always seem to crack and fall to pieces. I guess because they're in the windows, the sun gets to them and they become very brittle. But the main reason I'm in here is to see if this actually starts, because it's not been run for at least 3 weeks and we've had all the bad snow recently, so it'll be interesting to see if it does kick over. Let's give it a try. Tap there. I think when this is left for a period of time, I notice it does it. You know, if you leave it for a couple of weeks, you do get a little bit of a tap. I think one of the lifters lets the oil drain back out of it while it's sat for a while. It just takes a little while for the lifter to fill back up again. That's that little tapping noise. I'm pretty impressed with that. That's not bad for an engine that's got 105,000 miles on it. It is a 3.9, so it's not exactly an overly engine has to be overly stressed really to pull it anywhere. This is the manual version as well, which as far as I know isn't so common. I think you had to specify a manual if you wanted it, because the majority of Discoveries had the automatic gearbox. There's the engine, 3.9 Rover V8 EFI. Like I said earlier, this one's got about 105,000 miles on the clock. It seems very strong. Previous owner changed the radiator and also the oil cooling lines, which you can just see one of them there. It never seems to lose any oil or water, which is a good sign. I think this has been relatively well looked after. I don't think it's had a hard life or really been used for off-roading really. Work I've done, I did have an issue with gear changing when I first got it. It seemed a little bit crunchy, and it turned out that the slave cylinder had failed, so I replaced the master and the slave on the bell housing. I had to make the pipe that links the two together though, because they don't actually make the steel line that runs between the master cylinder and the slave anymore, so I had to make that one because at this end the olive had actually cracked. Obviously someone had over tightened it at some point in its life. Engine work I've done, changed the plugs, rotor arm, dizzy cap. I've just through playing around really, I've put a K&N panel filter in there just to see if it makes a difference. It does seem to pick up a little bit more than it did. So other work that needs to be done, the body does have some rust in it. The passenger side sill does need replacing, and I do have the panel for that. There's also rot in the rear arches where the rear seatbelt mounts are. They need to be done. I presume that will fail its MOT. It currently doesn't have one, so I'm going to have to get that repaired. The front passenger side wheel bearing needs doing. I have that, and I've got to get that done at some point. Other work I have done, or have had done, I've had the tyres changed, for all 4 tyres for new, because the old ones, the walls have started to crack and they were constantly, tyre pressure was constantly going down all the time. Quick look at the interior. I have got the obligatory issues with the sunroofs. They do leak. I've managed to stop them for now, but in the summer I plan on taking them out and reconditioning them. Obviously, hence why all the part of the roof lining is down at the back. I also have a small rust hole in the Alpina window over there, which I've temporarily sealed with silicone for now, just to protect it over the winter. Got some small mould marks in the roof lining, but the interior is not bad for the age of vehicle. This is a 1997 model. As I said earlier, it's a manual, which is not common in the V8 version.
Faz, will you stop now?